Farah Fawcett left nothing to the imagination. Try not to gasp. Farah Fawcett was an iconic American actress, model, and pop culture phenomenon whose career and life made a lasting impact on Hollywood and beyond. Born on February 2, 1947, in Corpus Christi, Texas, Farah became a symbol of beauty, strength, and resilience. Her rise to fame began in the 1970s, with a blend of talent, charisma, and unforgettable looks that captured the attention of millions around the world. As a cultural icon, she epitomized the glamour of the era and redefined the image of the modern American actress. Farah Lenny Fawcett was born into a modest family in Corpus Christi, Texas, to James Fawcett, an oilfield contractor, and Pauline Evans, a homemaker. She grew up in a tight-knit, conservative Catholic household, where her parents instilled in her strong values and work ethic. Farah was known for her radiant beauty from an early age, but she was also a determined and ambitious young woman. She attended W.B. Ray High School, where she was a popular cheerleader and a standout student. After graduating, she enrolled at the University of Texas at Austin, where she initially studied microbiology before switching to art. It was during her time at UT Austin that Farah caught the eye of a talent scout, setting her on a path that would eventually lead to Hollywood. In the late 1960s, Farah moved to Los Angeles to pursue a career in acting. She began by appearing in television commercials and small guest roles on TV series. Her early work included appearances on shows such as I Dream of Jeannie and The Flying Nun. However, it was her role in the 1976 television series Charlie's Angels that catapulted her to stardom. Cast as Jill Munroe, one of three glamorous private detectives, Farah quickly became the breakout star of the show. Her feathered blonde hair, bright smile, and energetic performance captivated audiences, making her an overnight sensation. At the height of her Charlie's Angels fame, Farah made the decision to leave the show after just one season. Although it was a risky move, it was a testament to her desire to take on more serious and challenging roles. Despite her brief time on the show, her portrayal of Jill Munroe left an indelible mark, and her iconic red swimsuit poster became a cultural touchstone, selling millions of copies worldwide. The poster remains one of the most famous images of the 1970s, symbolizing both the beauty and the allure of Farah Fawcett. Following her departure from Charlie's Angels, Farah sought to establish herself as a serious actress. While she had initially been typecast as a glamorous starlet, she worked hard to prove her versatility and range. In 1984, she starred in the critically acclaimed television movie The Burning Bed, portraying Francine Hughes, a woman who kills her abusive husband after years of domestic violence. This role marked a turning point in her career, earning Farah an Emmy nomination and praise for her dramatic acting abilities. The film brought attention to the issue of domestic abuse and showcased Farah's commitment to taking on meaningful and socially relevant roles. Farah continued to appear in a variety of television films and stage productions throughout the 1980s and 1990s, earning further critical acclaim. In 1986, she starred in Extremities, playing a woman who turns the tables on her would-be rapist. This intense and emotional performance earned her a Golden Globe nomination and solidified her reputation as a serious actress capable of handling difficult and challenging material. Farah's transition from pin-up beauty to respected dramatic actress was a testament to her determination and talent. Farah Fawcett's personal life was often the subject of public fascination, particularly her high-profile relationships. In 1973, she married actor Lee Majors, star of The $6 Million Man. The couple was considered a Hollywood power couple during the height of their fame in the 1970s. However, the pressures of their careers and time apart eventually led to their separation in 1979 and their divorce in 1982. Following her marriage to Majors, Farah entered a long-term relationship with actor Ryan O'Neal. Their on-again, off-again relationship spanned several decades, and the couple had one son, Redmond O'Neal, born in 1985. Farah and Ryan's tumultuous relationship made headlines over the years, but they remained close until Farah's death. Despite the ups and downs of her personal life, Farah maintained a deep love for her family and those close to her. In 2006, Farah was diagnosed with anal cancer, a battle she fought bravely and publicly. Her journey through cancer treatment was documented in the 2009 television special Farah's Story, which aired just months before her death. The documentary, co-produced by Farah, provided an intimate and raw look at her fight against the disease, earning critical acclaim and further solidifying her legacy as a strong, courageous woman. Throughout her illness, Farah remained positive and determined, becoming an advocate for cancer awareness. Her strength in the face of adversity was inspiring to many, and she continued to work on her charitable endeavors, including raising awareness for domestic violence and cancer research. Farah Fawcett passed away on June 25, 2009, at the age of 62, surrounded by her loved ones, including Ryan O'Neal. Her death, which occurred on the same day as Michael Jackson's, was a significant moment in pop culture, marking the loss of two of the biggest stars of their time. Farah Fawcett's decision to not include her longtime lover, actor Ryan O'Neal, in her living trust was a notable choice, especially considering the decades-long relationship they shared. Despite their long history, which was marked by both passionate affection and tumultuous moments, Fawcett's exclusion of O'Neal from her estate plan suggested that their relationship was perhaps not as stable or enduring as it appeared to the public. This decision raised eyebrows, particularly since O'Neal was a significant figure in her life, often at her side during her well-documented battle with cancer. Fawcett had last amended her living trust in 2007, 2 years before her death in 2009, which implies that she had a clear vision of how she wanted her estate distributed during her final years. O'Neal's absence from this amended trust could have been due to many reasons, including the couple's on-again, off-again relationship, or possibly Fawcett's desire to focus her legacy more on her family and her son rather than her romantic relationships. The bulk of Fawcett's $4.5 million fortune was left to her son, Redmond O'Neal, who was the only child she had with Ryan O'Neal. Redmond, who had struggled with substance abuse and legal issues throughout much of his life, was entrusted with a significant portion of her estate, but Fawcett placed it in a trust overseen by her business manager, Richard Francis. This arrangement reflected Fawcett's concern for Redmond's well-being and financial security, while also safeguarding the inheritance from potential misuse. By having Francis manage the trust, Fawcett ensured that Redmond would not have immediate or full control over the funds. Instead, he was allowed to collect interest on the trust, which provided him with a steady income, but the principal of the trust was protected. The stipulation that the principal could only be accessed for matters relating to Redmond's health care underscored Fawcett's awareness of her son's vulnerabilities and his ongoing battle with addiction. It was a way to ensure that Redmond's inheritance would primarily support his health and recovery, rather than fuel any potential destructive behaviors. This thoughtful planning was a reflection of Fawcett's deep love for her son and her desire to protect him even after her death. In addition to providing for her son, Fawcett showed generosity toward other family members and loved ones. She left $500,000 to her nephew, Gregory Walls, and $500,000 to her father, James Fawcett. These bequests indicate the close relationship she maintained with her extended family, particularly her father, with whom she had a strong bond. The inheritance left to her father could have been a gesture of gratitude for his support throughout her life, especially during her illness. The fact that she also remembered her college boyfriend, Gregory Lott, in her will was another intriguing aspect of her estate planning. Lott, who received $100,000, had remained close to Fawcett over the years, and their enduring friendship was significant enough for her to ensure he was recognized in her will. This bequest reflected the importance of her early relationships and the meaningful connections she maintained throughout her life, even outside of her romantic entanglements with high-profile partners like Ryan O'Neal. Fawcett's artistic legacy was another key component of her estate. A graduate of the University of Texas, she chose to leave her entire art collection to her alma mater. This decision highlighted her strong connection to the university, where she had studied before achieving fame as an actress. Among her collection were pieces by notable artists, including a portrait of Fawcett by the iconic pop artist Andy Warhol. The inclusion of this Warhol portrait in her bequest elevated the significance of her donation, as Warhol's work is highly valuable and widely recognized. However, after Fawcett's death, a controversy emerged regarding the Warhol portrait. When the University of Texas received Fawcett's art collection, the Warhol portrait was conspicuously missing, leading the university to investigate its whereabouts. In 2011, the university discovered that Ryan O'Neal had retained possession of the Warhol portrait. This prompted the University of Texas to file a lawsuit against O'Neal, claiming that the portrait was part of Fawcett's estate and therefore belonged to them as per her will. O'Neal, however, argued that Fawcett had given the portrait to him as a personal gift during their relationship and that it had sentimental value to him. The case became even more complex when Gregory Lott, Fawcett's college boyfriend, publicly stated that Fawcett never intended to relinquish ownership of the portrait and that it was always her wish for all her artwork to go to the university. Lott's testimony supported the university's claim, but O'Neal remained firm in his stance that the portrait was his. The lawsuit culminated in a highly publicized court case in Los Angeles. During the proceedings, O'Neal testified that the portrait held deep personal meaning for him, as it was a symbol of his relationship with Fawcett. He maintained that Fawcett had given it to him, and he had every right to keep it. In December 2013, after a lengthy legal battle, the court ruled in O'Neal's favor, allowing him to retain ownership of the Warhol portrait. The decision was controversial, with some questioning whether it truly reflected Fawcett's intentions. Despite the ruling, the case highlighted the complexities of estate planning and the emotional significance attached to personal items, particularly in relationships as complicated as that of Fawcett and O'Neal. While the University of Texas did not win the portrait, Fawcett's larger donation of her art collection still remains a significant part of her legacy, reflecting her commitment to education and her lasting connection to her alma mater.